I'm Sam Zapardi. I am a children's worker in a women's refuge, so I work with children from really 0 to 16 when they come into refuge, during their time in refuge, and when they move on. So I do that part-time, and I also am a children's book writer and illustrator, so I make children's picture books as well. When I'm explaining it to other people, I always say it's about child development. So you're looking at child development through a psychoanalytic or psychotherapeutic framework. I mean, physical development comes into it, but you're also looking at really the development of the mind and how the two interact, physical development and the development of the mind, and how very, very small children, right back to babies and even before birth, how identity is starting to build, how capacity for thinking is developing, how we put ourselves together as human beings. That's what it's about, that's what the course is about. Your theory seminars, you get together, you discuss theory, there's a tutor, and I guess it depends on the tutor, but it's quite an open sort of forum really. And then alongside the theory seminars, you've got your observation seminars, because a huge part of the course is going and doing your infant observations. So you find a baby, you observe it for the first 2 years of its life in the family home usually. Same with a young child, it's nursery age. You go for a year and you observe it. So in the observation seminars, they're a bit smaller. They're usually about kind of 5 or 6 people maximum, I think. And if it's your turn to present, you read out your notes and then the group discusses. It's not that the tutor jumps in and says, well, this is what was going on according to this theory and that theory. It's more like, what do we think about this moment? It's really about trying to enter the child's experience, be there alongside them, and think about where their head is at in that moment. So those are also quite. The whole thing is very discursive, which I like. You don't learn by being told. You learn by experiencing it, by doing it. So the psychoanalytic approach and perspective is a really good framework for thinking about how human beings work internally and how they interact. It has informed the work I do a heck of a lot, because the work I do with the children in the refuge, I meet them once a week for therapeutic work. It's 40-50 minutes. So a lot of the stuff I've learned on the course or thought about on the course, I've been able to implement, and there's a huge value to the work that I do. That's benefited no end. I think my sense of confidence in what I'm doing as well. You feel like what you're doing is backed up by some really solid theory and some really kind of some thinking that is grounded, rather than just well, I think this feels right. It's like, no, we've had talks about this, we've learned about it, we've read about it. So it does give some extra kind of, for me, it's given some extra confidence to the work I do. Yeah. My progression next is to clinical training, so I'll be starting that in September. Again, there's lots of support if you want to apply. This is the kind of work I'd like to do. I'd love to be involved in, and I'd like to take it further. So yeah, I'll carry on for the 4 years. It's a good opportunity. I think it's quite a unique opportunity as well.